Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Potato. Got another life story, and I haven't done one of these since like September, and it's gonna be my second one. I don't really plan on doing these that often. It's just sometimes I want to talk and get some stuff off my chest, and I kind of think you guys will find some parts of the story entertaining, but some parts are gonna be sad, of course. And I don't know what brought this up is it's a snowy day outside. It snowed here in Oklahoma. Believe that it usually snows like once or twice a year. It snowed back on Christmas, so we had a white Christmas this year, and then it's snowing now. And it usually snows in February. But aside from that, I don't know. I guess I can say that I have this thing called seasonal. Let me pull it up here. It's an acronym for SAD, SAD, and I just had it pulled up. It is called let me go up here. Seasonal affective disorder, and that's pretty much where you're sad in the wintertime and then you'll be happy in the summertime, or vice versa. And wintertime is my favorite time of year because here in Oklahoma, believe it or not, it gets really hot. Maybe like in the summer times, I don't think it, if we're lucky, it'll get below 100 degrees, but for the most part, it stays in that area. And so I'm always a big fan of the wintertime, the cold weather, but I get very depressed or on the sad side. I mean, I'm just always tired, and I'm not in the best of moods. I'm just kind of sad and just argumentative. I don't know if that's a word or if I just made that up, but I mean, I'm just not, that person that I usually am, even though I hate the heat. So I guess that's kind of why I'm thinking like this and just thinking back. And today, well, I'll get to that in a second, but let's go back to 2009, and 2009 was before, I did YouTube, before I even played games online, and that was when I still kind of went outside every day and all that stuff, and nowadays I don't even hang out with my real friends that much. That's just how, I guess, caught up in this cyber world I've gotten, and I miss, going out, and I miss the old days pretty much. I mean, I'll be 16 in November, but I was like 12, in this time frame, and I was just kind of doing my thing, hanging out with my friends all a lot, like 24/7, just always out doing something. And nowadays I just don't do that anymore, and I regret that, and I think sometimes that's why I get depressed, because I didn't used to be like this. But so it started well, shit kind of went downhill, and this is going to be kind of shitty luck and the unlucky stuff that's gone on in my life, but kind of how I got over it and how I've coped with it and stuff. So hopefully you guys will be entertained by this, and maybe if you're feeling depressed, I guess maybe you can relate to me, and maybe I can help you out. So it started in November 2008. This is, or actually or February. Today's the 12th of February. And in 2008, on this day, my great-grandmother died, and we were pretty close, and that was the first time that, I had ever dealt with a death in the family, or that I was old enough to understand, and that really got to me. And then 8 months later, my grandfather died, and I've never had the father figure in my life, excuse that, and he was always there for me. I'm very close to my grandparents, and he passed away, unfortunately. And that really upset me. That's just two things that have gone on in the same year. I kind of block out that year and just pretend it didn't happen, even though it's kind of hard. I've actually gotten to the point now where I can talk about it, without getting teary-eyed and stuff. But sometimes, I just have one of those days where I just break down and stuff. But aside from that, I figure maybe with the new year, better things would come. And 2009, it turned out to be, I would say, up until now, that and 2010 were the greatest years of my life so far. And 2009, or 2008, I said I want to block that out. 2009, the beginning was pretty shitty as well. My grandma, she lost her mother, and then she lost her husband of, 30 years or so. And on top of that, in April 2009, April 15th, I believe it was, her house caught on fire. Me and my buddy, and it's kind of funny how this went down. Me and my buddy, we were in there watching YouTube videos, and I remember the video was called End of Z World. It's a funny video, guys, go look it up. End of Z World, Z-E, and we were watching that, and he was like, hey, dude, there's smoke coming through the wall, and I thought he was just talking about the heat reflecting through the wall, but no, the house is on fire. And my grandma didn't know, and the reason for this is we were having some roof work done, and I'd been staying with my grandma since my grandfather passed away, just because I felt like she needed some extra comfort, and, we're really close, so I kind of wanted to stay there and be there with her. And the house is on fire, and it's because the roofer, basically what happened was he was I forget, he was welding something on there and it caught a wire, and nobody knew it because we weren't home. I went to the park, me and my buddy, and it was right as we came back. We were eating McDonald's and watching this video, and he said that, and so I told my grandma, because somebody came knocking on the door shortly after saying they called the fire department, because we didn't know. I mean, it was a 2-story house, and it started up top in the air conditioning unit, so it was kind of slowly easing its way through. And then when I told my grandma, I looked up the stairs, and all I see is a pile of smoke. So what I did was I grabbed my dog. Me and my buddy went outside, and I went inside because my grandma, you know, she was just trying to get the money and the important stuff out and take it with her and put it in her purse. And then I paintball a lot, or I used to, and I had just bought my new Invert Mini. And if you guys are paintball fanatics, you know that that was a pretty good gun for its time, and it still is, but there's kind of, I'm getting off track here. But I went inside, I grabbed my Invert Mini, and you know, I told my grandma, we got out the door and stuff, and the house was fucked, man. It was, but my grandma does own the house across the street, and that's where she lives now. So, you know, she didn't lose everything, but, you know, the main things that got fucked up was the pool table, the brand new pool table upstairs, the whole upstairs, the kitchen. The house is unlivable. It's now been remodeled and sold, and some new people live in it, but I really, you know, shit happens in life. And I know that a lot of stuff, you know, it could be worse than that, can come along in my life because I'm only 15. But I didn't let that stuff bring me down. I knew that we were going to get through it. And just overall, don't let stuff like that get you down. Of course, it sucks. And in life, something that I've come to learn is you're going to lose people. And that's why I can't say that I live every day like it's my last, because I pretty much just lock myself up in my room nowadays. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just some sort of depression that I go through or a seasonal thing, but I just get so caught up in YouTube and stuff, and I spend a lot of my time, and I don't really know what to do anymore. I kind of want to, and this kind of relates with YouTube and a schedule that I've been talking about. I want to get some sort of schedule going, that way I don't spend all my time on YouTube. But I would really like to go back, you know, to the old days, just like I was, and hanging out with all my friends and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the video short here. We're 7 minutes in, so that's it, guys. I'm not going to ask for likes on the video, but if you guys felt this video deserved a like, please do so. Leave a like and click subscribe if you maybe want to see some more life stories, and let me know down in the comments whether or not you want to see that. So hope you guys all have a safe one, and I will talk to you later. Take it easy. Peace.